Okay everybody, this is the second video that I'm going to be putting out on the YouTube channel shortly. Again, we're going to be going left. I don't know yet where this route is going to take me. I believe it was one of the routes that I've been privy to where the examiner actually didn't use the sat nav at all. So this was potentially one of the more unusual routes that the examiner may or may not have adapted for whatever reason. Anyway, we're going to be turning left and then we're going to follow the route together. Hope you enjoy it. So let's bring the car forward. The signal's going to go on. Looking up the road, can't see anything coming towards me, so I'm just going to bring the car forward now into second gear. Lots of acceleration now. It's a 60-mile-an-hour road. Lovely day. Road surface is good for acceleration, good for braking. Mirror. I can see two cars up ahead. Actually, that black one in front is driving a little bit too close to the one in front of him. You've got to remember that the distance between you and the one in front is your braking distance in an emergency. Make sure I'm doing 30 as we come into the 30-mile-an-hour zone. I'm just going to select a stronger gear for that. We've got slow on the road because there's a hidden danger coming up that we can't yet see. Following the road round the bend and down the dip to the mini roundabout, or it's a small roundabout. So yeah, we've got the Ghost Island going down the centre of the road because it's a nice wide road, and those road markings there are just designed just to separate the traffic, that's all, nothing more than that. We can use them for positioning to turn right if we needed to, but of course the sat nav here is telling us, or it's instructing us, that we need to turn right shortly. So I'm checking my mirrors. The signal's going to go on shortly. That little yellow marker there, that is all information we get, the only warning we get that the roundabout is approaching. So I'm holding the car back till I know it's safe. Check that near side mirror, swap the signal over for the one behind, and cancel the signal. I'm not going to accelerate too much down here because it's a downhill gradient, and we're almost at the 30-mile-an-hour limit anyway. And I'm just keeping my eye out for the junctions that may become active at some point, and I'm just keeping a wary eye on anybody moving around me. Just coming around this van, so check my right door mirror, and we're going left at the roundabout here. So even though there's nobody around, we're still going to use that signal because this is a novice style test. I'm just going to bring the car round the bend and to the end of the road. We're going to be turning left again. We've got the lady on the footpath there jogging. The car, it looks like it's emerging, but it's actually just parked there, obstructing the other road users potentially. We'll be turning left. Can't really see what's going on here till I get much closer. Okay, looks clear. So I'm going to bring the car forward. Still being able to do that in second gear. And up into third gear now. A little bit of acceleration, making a little bit more progress along this road. Turning left into Pendrell Road and round the bend, straight through that gap, keeping a wary eye on that lady there that's looking to cross the road. I'm going to thank her for waiting and check the mirrors, a little bit of acceleration. Staying on the wrong side of the road, it gives me a better view round the bend to the left there, and I can always cut back into the near side after I've passed the parked car. Again, I'm not going to be making any fast progress down here. There's a lot that can go wrong. I'm looking at the cars in particular that are on the footpath, and I'm looking for car doors opening, cars pulling away without warning, and I'm looking for people, particularly children, who might be running out into the middle of the road. So I'm going to turn right at the end of this road here. I'm looking onto the new road as early as I can, early vision, early decision. And I can see we can make a little bit of progress now up to the roundabout, and we're turning right. So mirrors, signals going on again. It's clear to the right. Got my eye on that green car now. They're waiting, which is good. A little bit of acceleration. Up to the next roundabout, we're going to be following the road ahead, second exit. A lot of people think that that's a right turn, and it's not a problem if you do use a signal, but strictly speaking, you are following the road ahead, second exit, so we don't need a signal. We are going to be positioning using the right hand lane, and you would be advised of this by the examiner because the road markings here are poorly marked. So I'm checking that left mirror. Don't even need signal as I'm just following the road ahead. A lot of the times you'd be asked to pull over on the left hand side here. You might be worrying about the buzz at the cycle lane there, but that's okay because it's a broken line, so feel free to pull over anywhere you like there, so long as it's not the bus stop. And we're just gently tinkering along, 30 miles an hour along this road. Be careful not to pick up too much speed. It is a nice road. A lot of people do get caught out here for going a little bit too fast. So you've got to use your discipline here and maintain 30 miles an hour. There's a lot of pedestrian activity around here, and it's actually a school zone. Anyway, notice all the slow signs on the road as well. There's lots of warnings telling you to keep your speed down. And we're just following the road ahead, round that right hand bend. We've got another warning for the school sign. I'm just keeping my eye on the footpaths for anybody who might want to step out. Remember, people don't use pedestrian crossings most of the time, in my experience anyway. We've got more markings on the left telling us about the school. We've got a left hand turn coming up shortly. It's going to be opposite these shops, I believe. Normally you'd be turning left to do a hill start along there in a moment. I'm going to put the signal on so that black one knows what I want to do. I'm impressed with the green one behind me that kept nice distance all the way along that road. Check my mirrors. Newly dressed road, no road markings yet. In fact, I am going to pull over and do a little hill start, and I'm going to do it on a little bit more where the gradient of the road is a little bit more steeper, just to show you this. Okay, so I'm just going to apply the handbrake, neutral, cancel the signal. Okay, one foolproof way of getting the car to move forward on a gradient like this is setting the gas and bringing the clutch up and watching the front of the car. So look where the window wipers are. If we set the gas first, bring the clutch up slowly, we're looking for the front of the car to lift a little bit. Can you see it coming up just a little bit? Now we keep our feet still, check all around, and I'm happy with that. Release the handbrake and the car will go forward. So that's a foolproof way of bringing the car forward on a gradient, and you won't roll back as long as you wait for the car to lift a little bit. Don't be too keen to get it into third gear already along here unless it's a very powerful car, because the car will struggle on a gradient like this. We're going to be turning right shortly. It's a very wide road that we're going into. I'm going to put my signal on now. There's a lot of pedestrian activity here, so I'm checking my mirrors again, and I'm just going to have to estimate here where I need to turn because there's no road markings. So if in this case you just look for the road and just look for just estimate where the halfway point is and make sure you get past it. I'm not going to go any faster than about 10 or 15 miles an hour here, because I don't want the stone chippings to touch my car and damage the paintwork. Signals going on, turning right, and examiners like to do an angled start here, but we don't have an opportunity to do that today, unless they're getting behind that little courser there, but I don't think I'm going to bother because I'll be obstructing someone's driveway. We're going to be following the road ahead at the roundabout, so mirrors. I'm looking to the right, can't see a reason to stop. Check the near side mirror, And don't worry too much about lane positioning there, because it's such a tight little road. You've not got to concern yourself too much about staying on the left hand side, so don't worry too much there. Again, still a lot of loose gravel on the road there. You can probably hear it hitting the side of the car. We're going to go on to the main road, turning left at the mini roundabout. I'm looking to the right as early as I can for anyone who might be speeding along that road. I can make a little bit of a progress along this road now. Up into 3. I'm being mindful not to go over 30 miles an hour at the moment. I can see in the distance we've got that mini roundabout. What you've got to be worrying about though with that mini roundabout is on the right hand side. I can't see what might be coming from the right, so you've got to think, what can I see, what can't I see, and what could I reasonably expect to see next. And I'm thinking kid on a fast motorbike, and I'm going to take that. Check that near side mirror, into 3rd gear. So if you're not sure how fast to approach something, just ask yourself those questions. What can I see? What can't I see? And what could I reasonably expect to see next? I can't see over the brow of that hill, so I'm not going to accelerate into the unknown. I'm checking my mirrors, and now I can see, so I can make a little bit more progress. Being mindful not to go over 30 miles per hour, and just tootling along down this road. Fairly quiet today. The one behind is maintaining an appropriate gap. I'm just following the road round the bend. I'm just going to avoid any holes that are on the road. Remember your vehicle sympathy, so if you see any potholes, do your best to avoid them. The car will thank you later. We're going to go down the dip and round the bend to the left shortly, and across the roundabout, which will be the 2nd exit. So mirrors, covering the brake. There is a slow on the road, so there might be a hidden danger that I'm not aware of. I've got 2 cars on the roundabout at the moment. Checking that near side mirror, off the brake, and I can just use the overrun to take me across the roundabout there. At the roundabout we are turning right towards Stafford, A449. So I'm checking my middle mirror, my right mirror, right signal goes on. Keeping a wary eye on these pedestrians now. And I'm checking my near side mirror. I'm going to put the signal on now so that that white Fiesta on the left hand side can see the side of my car and understands exactly where I'm positioning and what I'm going to do. A lot of people there put that left signal on to leave the roundabout far too late, and the vehicle at exit number 1 can't see that signal. So I believe it's better to get that early signal on there just before you go spiralling across the road. Else you could find that person in that car is overtaking you on the left hand side and you're not even aware of it. Again, just maintaining the gap. I could be using lane 2 on this dual carriageway to overtake that van in front, but I'm just taking my time along here today for this demonstration drive. Checking the near side mirror, putting the signal on for the black one at the other exit there. It's not necessarily for the one behind me, but for the road users at the other exits. I don't really think that the vehicle behind me cares where I'm going. I'm just helping other road users at other exits understand what I'm doing so that they can proceed. And along this road we could be doing a maximum of 40 miles an hour. I can see brake lights going on in front. I'm not sure what they're braking for, but I'm checking my mirrors. I'm maintaining a gap. And I'm just bringing the speed down. I can see the lights have just changed to green. Again, I'm just holding the car back. I could be going for an overtake, but why complicate things? And again, yep, just covering the brake, because I was about to say, just in case those lights snapped back onto amber and then red. A lot of people think that amber actually means get ready to stop or get ready to go. It actually means stop and wait. It's the same as a red light. Check it out in the highway code. When you're in stationary traffic like this, just check both door mirrors for Bob and Tom. On the left, who could be coming up the side of the car, that's Bob, boy on a bike. The right hand side is Tom, that's a twit on a moped, so look out for those. Also keep an eye out for Dexter, he's behind you, Dexter the Texter. So just keep an eye on all these people. And if you do see Bob or Tom, don't move, because those door mirrors make things look further away than what they really are. Okay, so coming up to the traffic lights, they're currently on red, so I'm not trying to speed up at the moment. The idea is to get there when everybody else is out the way and when the lights are on green also. I'll just check all my mirrors. Okay, I've got my eye on that coach, that black car, and the coach on the other side of the roundabout. I'm wondering if they're going to be a problem. They're not. Check the near side mirror. I'm going to put the left signal on so the coach knows where I'm going. Help him out. Mirror, and then we can have a little bit of more progress, a little bit more acceleration up this road. 40 miles per hour. Again, we've got the school sign, not relevant today of course, but we still got to be mindful that there is potentially a lot of pedestrian activity. Anyway, it's a lovely day, people might be out for a walk. So we've got traffic lights currently on green. Somebody would have had to press those buttons though for those lights to change. We're going to be following the road ahead using the middle lane at the roundabout. Left lane, remember, is just for going left, so this middle lane will become the left lane on the roundabout. I'm going to check all my mirrors, particularly the left mirror now, while I stay to the left side of the road, because if we don't, we could end up hitting another car that positions themselves wrongly to follow the road ahead. It's very easy to remain in the left lane there and follow the road ahead if you're not from around here. And so we've got to look and plan for that situation. It happens a lot. It certainly happens a lot on my driving lessons. Actually, I'm quite happy when it does happen, because then I can show my students that I'm not just an overcautious driver. Okay, tyres and tarmac. I can see the tyres of the vehicle on the road. That's always a good idea to maintain that gap, because if I get hit from behind, I'm less likely to hit the one in front. Also, if they break down, I've got a little bit of wiggle room, I can get out again. So there's loads of good reasons for maintaining a bit of a gap there. I already checked for Bob and Tom, couldn't see them. And I'm into third gear. I can see the lights, the cluster of lights there, and I'm assuming they're all on green for us at the moment. Up to 40 miles per hour. Again, we're going to be following the road ahead at the roundabout in the distance. And it's just a larger version of the roundabout that we just did a few moments ago. So we're going to be using the middle lane. This time we've got the road markings to help us. So look at the road markings, those forward arrows are those arrows. So we could either use this lane or the lane next to us on the right for this job. Let's stick with this one, it's easier. And now I'm going to check that near side mirror. Stay to the left side of the road. And then the signal can go on if necessary. I'm just going to reduce the speed now, clutch down for a control coast. I don't know what gear I need till I get there. And now we'll do is back to 1. Set the gas, bring the car forward into 2, check the near side mirror one more time. No one's going to benefit from a signal really, except the one behind. But it'd be hard for them to think I was going anywhere else except ahead. Okay, maintaining 40 miles an hour along this road. In fact, I'm going to rest the engine by putting it into 5th. Now we can just coast along. The one behind me has decided to go a little bit faster than the legal speed limit. Don't be tempted to do the same. Remember, you've got to protect your license. So we're coming up the road, we've got a junction to the near side, mirror. got to be mindful of anybody there who's going to be pulling out in front of us. I'm going to take it from 5th gear back into 3rd with a little bit of acceleration now. We want something stronger to get the car moving. And we're going to be turning right at the roundabout, so let's get a nice early position. Mirrors, put the signal on, even though no one's going to benefit for it, but we'll put it on anyway because it doesn't hurt. And we're going to be turning right at the roundabout towards Featherstone, so it's actually the 2nd exit to the right. So the signal's going on. Because we're going out a little bit faster, we put the signal out a little bit earlier. A nice strong gear for keeping control as we go around the roundabout. Cancel the signal now. Into 3rd gear. I'm just going to pinch a little bit of the other side of the road to give me a better view around the bend. Got a wary eye on the pub here. I don't like being too close to the car park in case somebody's had a drink and decides to pull out in front of me. At the end of the road we've got an awkward little bridge. It's actually a closed junction on a gradient. Not a problem. Check the mirrors, put the signal on. We'll be doing this one in 1st gear. Clutch because I just can't see from the right, and I need to position properly, nice and close to the left. Set the gas, lift the clutch up, gently does it, bring it round, nice and easy. Into 2. We're going to be turning right shortly. Go around the red one, so mirrors. Here, I see a lot of people just staying on the right hand side of the road. If you have to overtake a car like that, you've got to get yourself back, or you could leave yourself vulnerable being on the wrong side of the road. If cars from the junction pull out before you get there, for example. Okay, up to 40. We'll be turning right shortly after the brow of the hill, so check my mirrors. There's no one to benefit for an early signal here. If there was somebody quite close behind me, I might be considering using that signal so they can still see me, because as you go over the top of the hill they might not be able to see you. Bring the speed down, don't position in the box just yet until we get past the solid white line. Into 2nd gear, and round we go. Mirrors. National speed limit road. It's the kind of road I like. Again, it's a little bit bumpy, and the road surface isn't the best. It's an undulating road surface. So I'm just going to do my best to avoid all the potholes and all the loose areas. Again, here I'm just pinching a little bit at the other side of the road just so I can see further around that bend. You don't want to go more than 50% on the other side of the road. Bring the speed right off now, checking the mirrors, and we're going to be turning left shortly at the end of the road, so the signal's going on early. Don't be tempted to pull out in 2nd here, because it's still a national speed limit road, so you need good observations, because if somebody comes around that corner really fast and you've not anticipated it, you need a strong gear to go, so don't rush your observations. It's the number one reason why people fail in driving tests is observations at junctions. Make sure you are clear to go. And again, there's no point tanking it down this road too much, because our finish line is just coming up on the left. So here we go, it's just by those tall trees there, the conifers. So check the mirrors, the signal's going on. Not that it's going to help anybody, we use it anyway because it's a novice style test. We're all done. Another one in the bag. Okay, please leave your questions and comments down at the bottom of the video. Thanks a lot. Bye for now.